By the end of this video, you will know what are the trigger nodes, how you're gonna use them, and we're gonna build together two workflow examples using different triggers, and straight away you can use them in your daily tasks or you can use them for your clients. Let's go. What are the trigger nodes? The trigger nodes in N8N are what you start your workflows. They wait something to happen, like a new form submission or scheduled time, and they fire off the rest of the automation. So they are the start of the automations. How you're going to use them? You'll use trigger nodes to automate things without needing to press them and play them manually. And this is all of the automations about, yeah? So whether it's a webhook, a time-based job, or a polling check, they make sure your workflows run at the right time. So as we can see on this example, this is going to be scheduled trigger. It's going to be scheduled for a certain time period of the day or week or month, whatever we choose. It's going to be our trigger in the workflow. It fetches all the rows from a Google Sheet with action, filters pending leads, format the message, and send the summary to you, for example. This is just for example how one workflow can look, how it can start. Let's see all of the triggers that you can use. So manual execute workflow. This trigger is just when you click execute workflow. This is for manual use. What are the use cases of this workflow? This is for testing, and usually I use this workflow when I am uploading data sets or files to certain Google Drive that I'm gonna do, for example, per request or once per month, or just to feed files in a rack system. I always trigger them with a manual trigger. I just go, select my file, execute workflow, and that's it. Email trigger node. This node is waiting for new email to come to your Gmail, and straight away triggers and gives you the information about the sender, what is the email about, and that's it. Schedule trigger. This is a time interval trigger that you can choose, for example, seconds, minutes, hours, days between triggers. You can say, for example, every other day, what time to trigger the automation. And there is one option, custom cron, where this cron expression is seconds, minutes, hours. There are here is the link that you can use, for example, to get your Chrome extension. For example, every day at 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. we're gonna click this, and this is the Chrome expression for at 1 a.m. every day. So when we copy it, you can just put this here. This is gonna be the rule for your cron trigger. But usually we use hours or day, and to run every day, for example, in 7 a.m. Okay, this is webhook trigger. I have covered the basic steps of the webhook trigger in the previous video that you can check in the channel. On form submission, this trigger has a link that you can copy and paste somewhere or publish it, but when you publish, you have to publish the production URL. Here you can put your basic authentication or none, and you have to write the details of your form. For example, title basic form description, and you're gonna add elements here on your form, text, drop down list, file, whatever you want, and required field, everything you can input here. And whenever the form is submitted, you're getting all of the details that are submitted in the form here, so you can process them in your workflow according to your needs. When executed by another workflow, this can be used. For example, you have one workflow, and for example, you have normal path and your error path. For your error path, you have to execute some another workflow that is going to be your fallback workflow. This is the one way to use it. But the use case that I'm using at most is when you're building modular workflows and automations. You are building, for example, a tool for your AI agent. Your tool has to start with when executed by another workflow. So your agent is going to call the tool. The tool is going to be separate workflow, which is going to start with this trigger. And you have to choose either you're going to define the using fields below, that you're going to put your fields here, but usually you use accept all data, and this is going to accept the data from the last node of the previous workflow, the main workflow, parent workflow, and it's going to call here, and from there you can filter out all the data and everything. Next trigger is when chat message received. This one is used usually for testing AI agents and inputting them whatever you want. And if you make this chat publicly available, you can host this chat like a page served in N8N, so you can get this chat URL and put it in. Straight away you can go and chat from the user interface of N8N, or either you're going to embed the chat in your web page, for example, and it can be used as a AI assistant in your website. Okay, when fetching a dataset in row, this is a testing trigger. This is more advanced. You just put in a dataset that you're going to test. For example, it's going to run through for example, one Google Sheets with thousands rows. It's going to run the whole automation for each of the rows, and you have your expected output, and it's going to write the real output now, and you have to compare them, for example, to see what you expect from your workflow to do and what it is realistically doing, so you can compare the results. Okay, local file trigger. This is usually used if you're using and locally hosting your N8N, so it can watch for file added and everything, but it's gonna watch for the files in folders of the container of your N8N. So this is more advanced as well. Email trigger IMAP. This is like the Gmail node, but for emails that are company emails, or for example not connected to Gmail, and it's the same thing, just the credentials are a bit different. You again waiting for mailbox, and it's giving you the incoming mails, the specific email. Error trigger. This is the node whenever some error occurs on your workflows, it can trigger this error trigger, but I'm gonna cover it in future videos. This is really helpful trigger that you can use for a fallback for your workflows. N8N trigger. This trigger you can watch for your active workflow updated, instance started. For example, if you have some workflow that is starting and running for hours, you can have this instance started. For example, your N8N workflow is started, this is gonna trigger, so maybe for a notification or something, and workflow activated, so you can know whether your workflow is activated or not. SSE trigger. This is for server sent events trigger. It's gonna watch for server sent events, but this is more for advanced use. And MCP server trigger. This trigger you can use to create your own MCP server, like small MCP server in your N8N. Again, it's using like webhook URLs, production URL and test. When you're testing using this, when you click your workflow active, you're going to use this path. And for example, for tools, here you can connect whatever tools you want. For example, HTTP request you can connect, and whenever this MCP server is triggered from an AI agent, for example, or another workflow, it's going to trigger its tool. So you can connect a lot of tools here and use this in a separate workflow with all the tools that you're going to connect here. And whenever this server is triggered, it's gonna use the tools that you have connected here, so you can use it as a link to a lot of tools from one AI agent. For example, when you have an AI agent, here on tools you can call MCP client tool, and here SSE endpoint, in the endpoint you have to put this one, and it's gonna list all the tools connected to this MCP trigger. You can use for real-time microservice connections, and you're gonna use all of the tools that you're gonna connect to this MCP server trigger. It's a bit more advanced, but it's giving you the connection that you can connect, for example, your AI agents to call just this MCP server, and the AI agent is gonna be able to access all of the tools of this MCP server. So I'm gonna cover this one in future videos as well. Okay, let's start with our two workflows that we're gonna build today and use. So the first one is gonna be a trigger note example. One is gonna be our daily lead summary sender. So it's gonna take every day on certain time, 7 a.m. in the morning, it's gonna get all of the leads from the removal from the previous video that are pending. This is just some dummy data. It's gonna take all of the rows first. Now I'm gonna execute to show, and we have a filter here to take only the pending ones. It's gonna aggregate them, all of the items, in one item. We're gonna feed them to the AI agent. This AI agent has a system prompt to know how to write HTML emails using the template below, and every morning is gonna set our hot leads which are pending to be processed, and we're gonna feed all of the leads, names, everything here, and it's gonna send us email with sender name leads to call, so we can see which leads are pending, so we can call them, and after that we can process them accordingly. Let's execute this workflow first to see what it's gonna do, and after that we're gonna cover every node one by one. Okay, it's gonna take all of the pending leads. It's gonna aggregate them to one item, feed them to the agent. Now agent is gonna send email. Okay, the email is sent, and this is the email that we are receiving. Every morning you're gonna receive pending leads for follow-up. This is from your email. There your name, here are the leads that are pending, and in HTML format it's looking really good. I'm gonna include the system prompt and HTML formatted email down in the description, that you can download it for free later. And these are the mails. For example, you see which one you can proceed as quick as possible. You have to call the numbers, for example, and you can process the leads. So now we can go step by step node for every node. We take here, from here we choose schedule trigger. We go, you have to choose days. Days between triggers is going to be 1, so it's going to be every day at 7 a.m. You have to choose the hour here. And after that we are choosing, here you come, sheets, Google Sheets, get rows in sheet. When you click get rows in sheet, we are connecting the schedule trigger, and here from the list we have to choose our removal form. I'm going to include this file with this data also in the description, that you can download it. You get the removal from sheet 1, and then here on filters you click add filter, you choose the column status, and for value you click pending, because when the leads are coming from the previous video, when the leads are coming, it's setting them to pending before processing. So when you set it to pending, it's gonna take only the rows from the whole sheet that are with status pending. So it takes 4 items. Then we connect aggregate node. So we have to add aggregate node. We are doing this because, as you can see, here it shows 4 items. If we feed straight away these rows, these 4 items to the AI agent, for each item it's going to generate a separate HTML and it's going to send us an email. So it's going to send us 4 emails for each of the items. So we have to collect them in one item and to feed them to the agent. So we get aggregate node and we just click all the items into a single list. Then this node takes all of the items from every row of the sheet and it makes them in an array like this, all 4 of them with their details. And then we go to the AI agent, we choose our AI model. I'm using 4.1 mini. We go to the AI agent. Here we click define below. For the prompt user message, we click expression, and from here we have to get all of the data here. So we are getting this data array, and as you can see it says array and these brackets and everything. To clean a bit this data, we have to format it accordingly. So we click dot, and here we can use a lot of options. These are a bit more advanced, but today we're going to use to JSON string. When you click to JSON string, it's converting them to strings. These brackets stays to know which array and which element are separate, but it sends to the AI agent a proper format that it can understand better. And this is the system message. So you coming down here, click add options and you click system message, click expression, and here you just paste this system message that I'm gonna give you in the file that you can download for free. You just paste it here. Your helpful assistant writing HTML emails using this template, and this is the template HTML that you can generate, for example, with ChatGPT or Gemini. They are really good to generate different type of email templates. You can change your colors, your object arrangement, everything. And this is it. You're not requiring specific output format, anything. And when the agent outputs the HTML, because we are saying here output the field HTML only, so it's gonna fill the fields with the data that we have, and it's gonna send the message from our email to our email again. So it's gonna send it to us because we have to call the lead. So you can use your worker email, for example, subject whatever you want. And for the message we come to expression and we just drag in and drop in this HTML from our AI agent. And you come to add options, you click append N8N attribution, just disable it, and you can use sender name. I'm clicking sender name leads to call, just for the sake of this video. And this is it. I'm gonna download the template of the ready workflow and I'm gonna include it in the description as well. Let's continue to do next example. So in this example we're gonna use our Gmail trigger. It's gonna wait for our every minute it's gonna check our received messages, and then it's gonna give us our message data. We're gonna use text classifier. We're gonna put the text from the email here. We're gonna choose 2 categories: inquiries for AI agency work, for example, and others. For others we're not gonna do anything. For inquiries we're gonna set all of the fields that we're gonna need. We're gonna feed them into the AI agent. We have our HTML template again here, but this is with our company info and pricing structure and everything. The AI agent is gonna fill this with the client's name and request, and it's gonna send our pricing information for the company and everything to his email, because we're gonna get his email request. On the subject, we're gonna use his subject, and we're gonna write a reply to his subject. And with HTML, we're gonna drag and drop our HTML here, and the client is gonna receive this email. This is the email that the client is gonna receive. Reply to automation request. Thank you for your work request. This is the client's name, so I've used my name. This is just some example agency name. We appreciate your interest in our services. This automated response confirms that we have received your work request. To help you get started, here are some information about our pricing agency and link to schedule a consultation. This is really good because whenever clients contact you or send you a request, straight away they're gonna receive this package, and when you make it visually appealing and it looks really good, structured, they can see your basic packages, standard package, view our pricing. This is gonna be the link for your pricing, for example, for your landing page. More about us. This says more about your agency. Schedule a consultation. Here, book free consultation. You can use Calendly, for example. And as you can see, when you receive this type of good structured message, it makes a really good first impression to the client. And this was the request that I sent from my email. Hi, I'm interested in your agency automations. I have a web development agency. I want to automate a couple of our tasks which are consuming our time, so we can focus on more important things to do. Just an example email. And here we have received the email and we have the text. Okay, let's go node by node here and how we are setting it up. And if you want to skip everything and you understood it, this workflow as well is going to be in the same link in the description. When you download it, it's going to include the system prompt here, the HTML example. Everything is going to be set up. Okay, let's start with the first trigger. So we come here, we choose Gmail trigger. We have to choose the triggers, add another trigger, for example, on app event. And we have to choose Gmail here. Now we can't choose it because we already have it. So we choose Gmail trigger, we come here, we choose our email, get our credentials. How to get your credentials you can see in my previous videos. In the channel I cover all type of credentials that you have to get. And we just leave it as it is, and usually the simplified thing is on. We just turn it off because when it's on, it's giving only the email of the sender and a small snippet from the message. So we have to get the whole message in order to answer to the message in a proper way. So we turn this off, and that's it. Then we come here and you just say text classifier. This one, you choose text classifier. And for AI model, you choose your model, whatever you're using. I'm using 4.1 mini, it's enough. And in the text classifier, what this node does, it's you're putting certain text here. For example, we are coming in the Gmail trigger and finding where is the text of the email. Here is the text. As you can see, the text of the email. We are dragging and dropping it here. When you drop the text, as you can see, we have the text from the email that we get from the client. And now we have to choose categories that this AI is going to read the email and it's going to put the email in certain categories that we have selected here. So just click add category, and here on the categories, let's say inquiries, or you can say requests. And for description, you have to describe to the agent to understand what this email has to be about to be in this category. And I'm putting inquiries for AI agency work, so it can be really specific thing. And the other category is just others, emails not related to AI agency work, so it can classify them down. So we're gonna do nothing there, just we can put even do nothing note, no operation, and that's it. For the inquiries, when we receive an email and it classifies it because this email is for the agency, it straight away gives the output of the same email for everything. And now we just come and get all of the needed fields. So we click here, we have to get the set node, edit field set. And here we just click in here and add in new fields. You have to add the field, for example, from email, that we have to come down here. You just write the name of the field and its string. And from here you can see from value address, and we are bringing address here and dropping it, and you can see that it's going to be the client email. For subject, you have to come to subject of the email, drag and drop it here. Email snippet, this is going to be the text of the email, drag and drop it here as well. And the name of the client, so the email can be like this, more personalized. Name, and you can come down here and just drag and drop the name. If the Gmail is simplified, you can't see the name either, I think. Then we have all the fields that we're gonna need to format our HTML template. From email, subject, email snippet, name. And then we bring our AI agent. You click the form, AI agent. Let's delete this. You can connect your chat model to the same OpenAI chat model as the text classifier to not bring more nodes here. And then in the AI agent, you click here, define below. And for the prompt user message, we are saying from email, and we click expression and drag and drop the email there. Then write subject, drag and drop the subject, email, drag and drop the email snippet, and name the name. And then we come here, add option system message, and for the system message we say you are a helpful assistant writing HTML emails using this template of our company info pricing services to our potential clients. Considering their request. Output the field HTML only, and this is a template again that is going to be included in the description, but you can generate it with ChatGPT, Gemini, or other AI models, so you can change your colors, your format, and everything. And then the AI agent is gonna run and fill the template with the client information, and we click here, get the Gmail node, send message node, and in the send message here from edit fields, we click schema, come to edit fields, and we now can drag and drop our client's details. So here click expression we have to send to our client, drag and drop your email. Subject, just write RE and then click expression and come here, drop the subject. So it's going to be reply to their subject. It's going to look professional. And here on email type, you choose HTML. And on message, click expression again. And you have to click AI agent and just get the output from your AI agent and drag and drop it here. So this email is going to contain only the field HTML for this specific client. And it's going to send the message to them. And for this request, you're going to have the request, for example, in your CRM if you're connected it. And your client is going to receive your prices, packages, information about your company to schedule a consultation. and they straight away can decide, okay, let's choose this package. And this is just easing their choice or giving them a solution. Okay, I forgot to here add option, append, just take out this. Also, sender name, you can use, for example, your name or your company name. So here on this message, for sender name, here instead of your email, it's going to be your sender name. And yes, you can use it for your agency, you can use it to sell it to another companies, businesses, that they can use it for their services. And it's a really good use case of the triggers. Okay, and this is gonna be it. Hopefully this video helps you and you understand now how to use trigger nodes. There are more advanced trigger nodes that I'm gonna cover in future videos, but now this is the beginner series, so I'm covering only the main things, but I'm trying to put some real examples from real use cases that you can use straight away for your work or for your businesses that you work for. And if you like it, like, subscribe, download the files from the link of the description, and see you in the next videos. Thank you.